Hey guys, it's Adam from ATP Powerlifting. So I have various knee sleeves here today and I'm going to show you how to put them on. Alright, first we're going to start with one of these large SBD sleeves. Just for the very basics, you always want the logo to go in the front, especially on these SBD sleeves as they're seamed a certain way for your knee to track in that way. The strong sleeves aren't seamed that way, but it's just good practice to keep the logo in the front and not have it tilted to one side. So these are the size that are made for me. It's a large. If you go on the SBD website and you measure the size of your knee, these are the ones that you would end up if you had my diameter knee. All I do for these is I slide it down. I get some of my fingers underneath. A lot of times you get people and they don't get their fingers underneath. You want to create some space in there. The other thing is you're going to be pulling up and kicking your leg at the same time, not just one, not just the other. So one motion, it comes all the way up, and then I just have to unfold the sleeve. So that one's pretty easy because that's the size that I'm meant to have on, according to SBD and a lot of the other manufacturers. Now this is a small, strong sleeve, so this is, what, 2 sizes down, at least? So look at that so you can see that it's a small. So the same idea. This is going to slide over, logo's facing forward. You can tell right away how tight this is on my calf. If we compare these two, this is the large, this is the small. And then the other side. Whoop. This is the large, this is the small. Right? So usually I can still get this one on not using anything besides my hands, which is important if you're in the USAPL competing, because if they see you using another method to put on the knee sleeve, besides just pulling it up with your hands, you're probably going to have an issue. As for the other feds, they're not usually as picky as if you're using another method to get it on, like a strap, trash bag, even a hair dryer, as I'll probably show you later on. They won't make a big thing about it, but the USAPL will. So we're going to start by folding the top of the sleeve up. Go a little higher than that. And then the top of the sleeve down. What we're trying to do is eliminate the surface area that is touching my leg so that I can pull it up easier. Once you get it past the calf, most people can get the sleeve up. So the same thing, we're gonna kick and pull at the same time while keeping our fingers underneath the sleeve. So ready? Hopefully it goes in one shot. 1, 2, 3. Ah! All right, and then you can pull up and flip it down. And you can see that's super tight. Like I'm gonna lose the circulation in my leg if I try to squat with this on for 45 minutes. But in a meet, if you can get a smaller sleeve on, it usually adds about 5 or 10 pounds more than the actual size sleeve that you should be wearing. The same idea of a wrap. If you wrap your leg light versus you wrap your leg tight, you usually get more out of a tight wrap. Well, you always get more out of a tight wrap. So same thing, you can see my leg just wants to unbend right away. So it's doing more than just compressing the joint, it's actually helping me get more rebound out of the bottom. So if you're unable to do that, and get your sleeve on just by forcing it up, especially in training, if you get a little bit sweaty, maybe you can usually get these on for a meet, but you started warming up in your training and you just need to get this sleeve on so that you can do your sets. The other trick is gonna be the same basic idea. We fold this back up, we fold this back down, we take one of these straps. This is a figure 8 strap, but you can use any strap you have that pretty much goes through. You can also put this through before you get it on. I have really small ankles, so I can pretty much get away with whatever I want. But if you had to, you could slide this through first. And you can also put one on the other side. I don't prefer that. I rather just pull up with my hand because I can kind of control it a little bit better than just pulling both the straps up. And then you can just rip it up using the strap. And then it's the same idea. You'd be pulling the strap out. It's definitely not gonna feel too good. And then up and down, and it's on. That's a little too low, but you get the idea. And the last one, which a lot of people were getting caught for at Raw Nationals a couple years ago, was you use a blow dryer to actually heat up the knee sleeve, and it's gonna cause the knee sleeve to expand. Now I actually don't wanna heat it up, especially with how easy this was to get on for me, but that is a strategy you could use if you get super, super desperate, or maybe you're in one of the feds that doesn't really care how you get the knee sleeve on, and it's just a hot, humid day and you're struggling to get those knee sleeves on. You bring the hairdryer with you, you can heat up the sleeve, it'll expand a little bit, and then you can get it on. And the last strategy, which is what I would do if I went down to an extra small, because I definitely know I can force an extra small on, is, give me 1 second. I would use a 2-liter bottle if I had one, but I don't, so I guess Tito's vodka is gonna have to work. Is if I had an extra small sleeve and I really needed to just get a little bit of space in there, I would slide it over the 2-liter bottle. This works too. We'll start from this side. Just don't come out. No, I can't start from that side. All right, this side again. Slide it down. And we're gonna pull it all the way through. This is the smallest part of the sleeve at the bottom where it goes towards your calf. And we're just gonna keep forcing it over the bottle. And we would leave this over here overnight. And then before we had to compete, we would pull it off and then get it on. So this is a lot, only to get 5 or 10 pounds out of your squat. But if you're really trying to get every little thing out of your squat that you can, or maybe even you gain some weight and you don't want to buy new sleeves, these are strategies you can use to get your sleeves on. So I definitely don't want to hear you guys that are larges struggling about getting your larges on when I can fit on a small, when I'm sized at a large to even sometimes an extra large, depending on how much weight I gain. So I hope that helped you out. Give me a like and a subscribe. I think the like is worth just that Tito bottle right there. So, bye.